Hey guys, Anthony here, Bibles and Barbells. Today's video is going to focus on what to carry while in your vehicle. It's not an exhaustive list. It's some of what I carried recently on a trip. I spoke about this trip on a video I did several videos ago where we went from the Charlotte, North Carolina area to the Richmond, Virginia area, which was around a 4.5 hour trip. And this is what I took on that trip, most of what I took. There are still a few things in the car, but this you'll get a good idea of the different topics or the different shelter, food, water, cutting tools, all the survival type things that you need to sustain yourself if you are stuck on the road or stranded or in a traffic jam during a winter blizzard or a rainstorm, a hurricane, whatever. And what I usually do is pack in modules. And so here you have, I had basically 4 of these type bags packed. This bag still has a tire inflator in it that hooks to my battery to inflate air into the tires. Most of the rest of the stuff is on the tables here, aside from this bag that has a very good sleeping bag in it by Snug Pack, and then a dry bag full of tarp and shelter materials in there. So that's in there as well, in that bag. And then another bag that had some items in it along with a whoopee or a blanket to have. And then each of us, my wife and I, packed our own winter coat with gloves, hat, scarf, etc. We packed heavy duty shoes or boots. This is my jacket, it has a hat and gloves in it. It's ready to go. It turned out that during the weekend, which was last weekend, the weather was between 70 and 80 degrees, so the winter stuff did not apply, but we had it with us in case the weather turned. After all, it is November, and further up north you go, the colder it has a chance of getting. And then another module here that I have a video on my channel, labeled food, that has our food and beverage kits in it. And this has MREs, ramen noodles, canned goods that we could just crack open and eat or add to the soup that we make, like canned chicken, tuna, sardines, etc. We had rain ponchos that go over in case one of us had to be on foot in inclement weather. This poncho would cover your whole body, including a backpack. A Husky tool kit, all-in-one tool kit with wrenches, pliers, socket heads, etc. The Jackery 1000 for our power needs while in the vehicle and at the hotel. This would be hooked to the battery while we were driving via the 12 volt, and I also took the electric cord for the battery for the hotel room with us. So this can sustain us on the road to recharge our phones, headlamps, batteries, ham radios, whatever that we had the need for. Again, ham radios, 2 of them we took, programmed with our Chirp software. Our weather alert radio, that's also weather alerts on the ham radios. Starting in this block of the counter, Primus Stove with isobutane, again to cook, heat up water. Titanium mess kit with the pot and pan that's in this. You saw some videos on this. This is fully contained in itself. Ability to cook. Ability to get more water if we needed to with the Lifesaver water bottle here, along with the kit that drops into a lake or a stream and pumps water right from it into the Lifesaver. Flashlight. And then redundancy with the lights. This is a magnetic USB rechargeable puck light that you could put in the vehicle, or if you were looking at something under the hood, you could magnetize this to the hood and it has a USB, and I could charge off the Jackery and keep it going. Titanium silverware, mugs and stuff to drink out of. More redundancy with light. A Streamlight Sidewinder flashlight with the red lens on it. Just going fast here, the UCO 9-hour candle holder with 4 spare UCO candles. Again, this can provide a little bit of heat, and also light. The cover for that so it doesn't break. Matches and a protective cover with some gear, with some items to start a fire. The firebox folding stove to make a real fire or cook with. Also taken with us, a solo stove windscreen for that stove. Pre-packaged water. Here you see 1.5 gallons of water, plus what's in the canteen, plus water bottles that we had for the road as well. First aid, we have a standard 6x6 pouch that I have with different bandages and tapes and gauze and etc., stuff like that. More of a bullet wound, stab wound type kit with a tourniquet, chest seals, stuff like that you would need for more like a bleed out incident. And then again, a basic first aid kit with cut cleaners, band-aids, you know, the ones you buy in like the automotive store and the supermarket. Duct tape, electrical tape or 100-mile-an-hour tape, foldable walking stick here, a pad to kneel on if I had to kneel and prepare something outside the vehicle without hurting my knees, Vortex binoculars, a Kershaw Camp 10 knife, a Holtzbrook axe, and a cold steel shovel type multi-tool. That's an excellent thing to have. Can also be a self-defense weapon as well. The knife has multiple uses. I like taking a bigger knife with me. Also have my folder on me all the time. A GB40 by Noco that jump starts your battery. This is a self-contained kit to have on the road. I highly recommend it. Fix a flat tire. I didn't have a tire patch kit, although some people recommended that. And again, in the comments section, feel free to put that in. A hat and gloves, Timberland gloves, leather gloves to chop wood. A road atlas with my trip highlighted on it, the routes that I was taking. You do use GPS when we go, but if that goes down, you have hard maps in this 50-state road atlas that I carry. Again, I don't discuss a lot of self-defense items, but here is a Glock 17, usually my sidearm of choice that's on me, travels with me. And if I'm going any distance from home, I like to take a long gun. In this case, this serves me very well. This is a Kel-Tec Sub 2000 with a light on it. This gun folds. It can go in a backpack. Got 30-round mags for it. Have the removable sling for it. The nice thing about this weapon is the mags are interchangeable with my Glock 17, so the platform is all the same, and it gives me a long gun to have as well on the road if and when I needed it and something did happen. So that's that for self-defense wise. A snow shovel. Again, going on the road, getting back to self-defense, that's your personal choice. Look at your state laws or whatever. But I'd rather be carrying and not need it than need something and not have it. Okay? A telescoping snow shovel, again, in case it snowed out, we would be covered in that regard. What else am I missing here? Talked about, again, boots, different types of clothing. And again, in our suitcases, I had, you know, my normal clothes packed, extra underwear, socks, winter socks, wool socks. I'm not showing all that, but in our regular stuff that we packed. Again, your computer, your smartphone. Another thing that we carry with us is this Out XE charger. This can provide multiple charges for our cell phones with the proper cords that we have. And again, I can recharge this off the Jackery at any time. Keep it with us when we're traveling or walking around, or in this case, going to the wedding. We would have the ability to charge our phones. And so that's basically it as far as what we packed. You see it all laid out here. I had it all, since we took our car, the amount of room that we had was limited, and so that's why I packed in the modules or in the bags. And then in the back of the car we have those plastic totes that unfold, and you make, it looks like a little box that you can make, and our totes go in there. Everything packs around that, and I could grab things. I know how it's packed, like if I needed food, the stove kit's all in one bag. I could take that out, and if we had to cook or whatever, everything's modular, and that's how I like to pack. So again, what's in your vehicle? What have you packed? Of course, you want to check your spare tire, you know, your extra oil, maybe motor oil, transmission fluid to have. I don't have that here, but we did have some extra in the car with us. And again, please feel free to add to this list, but this is not an exhaustive list. This is what I took with me on that length of trip. And so let me know what you have, and also to help other people in the YouTube community know what to carry in their vehicle. And again, you pack your vehicle as it relates to the time of year. Again, November's here, winter's here, so obviously in your vehicle you want cold weather related gear, maybe some extra salt even, or some sand, some cat litter. I did not pack that, but again, if it was dead of winter, I probably would have added that to the vehicle as well. You could never have too much water, and the ability to get fresh water if you're stranded on the road. Last year you had those people stranded on I-95 up in the Fredericksburg, Virginia area in that blizzard. Many of them had no food. They had no way of making a fire or to keep warm. They didn't bring extra clothes, a lot of them that were coming from up south. So you got to think about where you're going. You know, I could start out in Charlotte where it's fairly mild this time of year and end up way up north somewhere, you know, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maine, etc., where the weather can turn on a dime. And so I want things in my vehicle to sustain me. And also I want some type of self-defense items. You never know what's going to happen on the road or at a rest stop or when you stop for gas. That's when you're, you know, more vulnerable. Even at the hotel where we were in downtown Richmond, I noticed, you know, walking outside at night, going to a few of the venues at night, I did notice a seedy element in the streets here and there, homeless people walking around. You'd be in a nice area, all of a sudden, a block later, it looks like there's, you know, drug deal going down. You never know what you're going to encounter, so have the ability to defend yourself and your loved ones on the road, whatever it is that you choose to carry. Okay? This is Anthony signing off. Let me know what how you like this video, and then add to what I have listed here in the comments section. Thanks for watching. Take care. Stay ready. Anthony signing off.